Na-late kayo ng mga 15 minutes for our contract na 8 a.m. Late na yun, ha? Dun sa attendance. Okay? So, next is R strip. R strip naman is the reverse of L left strip. Ang tinatanggal niya naman are the leading spaces. Yung mga spaces kung merong sobrang space doon sa end of strings. Okay? So, removing left spaces and removing right spaces. Yan lang. Sobrang simple. So, example, with this one, name 1 is equal to space A space. So, pag in-strip mo yan, sorry. So, yung left strip pala, method is used to remove the left padded spaces given in string. Okay? So, name 1 is equal to A space, space A space. And then, pag ni-left strip mo, ang output niya will be A, it's space. Okay? And then, pag ni-right strip mo naman, yung name, ang output niya naman is, hindi niya alisin yung nasa left, yung beginning. Instead, alisin niya yung mga nasa right na string. Okay? Yung leading spaces. Okay? Now, kung ayaw niyong gamitin yung left strip at saka right strip, you can combine using strip lang. So, strip means aalisin niyo na lahat yung spaces beginning and end. Trailing at saka yung leading. Left or right padded spaces. Pero yung mga space sa gitna, hindi niya aalisin. Okay? Yung mga spaces na in between strings, hindi niya alisin. I-retain niya yung sentence. Except alisin niya yung left and right. Maliwanag? Thumbs up, please. Kukunti na lang nagta-thumbs up. Kukunti na lang nakikinig. Okay? Sige, next. Lower. Lower, i-lower niya lahat ng mga capital letters. Okay? To a lower case. So, basta lahat ng capital letters i-lower niya. No more explanation. Next, upper. Same, wala nang explanation. I-upper niya lahat. Yun yung importante doon na lahat ng lower case. Next, title. So, title, what is the title in ginagawa nyo in real life is pag sinabing title, lahat ng first letter doon sa sentence or doon sa phrase, kinakapitalize niya. Okay? So, every first letter of the word of a given string is converted to title case. So, example, name 1 is equal to or assigned to a string CPE Python syllabus, all lowercase. Pag nilagay mong name 1, tinawag mo yung method nitong object name 1 dot title without any arguments. Ito na yung output. CPE Python syllabus with capital letters dun sa mga first character ng mga word. Okay? Thumbs up? Okay. What about the others? Okay, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Next, swap case. So, ano naman yung swap case? Swap case is a method na ang ginagawa is nagtatoggle ng case. So, kung capital letter yung nasa word, gagawin niyang small letter. Kung small letter yung nasa word, inversion lang. Okay? Inversion. Ano ba sa mathematics yung inversion? Complement. Okay? So, pino-complement niya lang. Two's complement. Okay? So, for example, name, title case, computer, and then, tinawag mo name.1 swap case. Ang naging mangyari is naging lowercase yung first letter, and then the rest na mga lowercase naging capital case. Okay? So, that's it doon. Now, meron ding left justified or left just method. It's used to add spaces. Left just 15. So, justified means nag-add lang ng spaces. Ganun lang yung ginagawa sa Microsoft Word. Pag sinabi mong left justified, ang ginagawa niya is yung first letter nilalagay niya doon sa first column. Nilalagay niya doon sa left. Paano niya ginagawa yun? Dinadagdagan niya lang ng spaces yung dulo para sumunod papunta sa kaliwa yung word. Okay? So when we say left adjust 15, ibig sabihin 15 yung total length ng string. And then kung yung anand is yung unend or yung anand is how many characters yan? 2, 4, 5. Okay? So kung 5 yan, tapos left just 15, ang dinadagdag niyang spaces is 15 minus 6 or 15 minus 5, which is 10. Therefore, itong spaces na to is 10. Maliwanag ha? 10 spaces yan. So, string length of 5 and 10 spaces are added to the left side of the string. Maliwanag? Kaya thumbs up ulit kung yung justified. Okay? So, meron siyang parameter na length yung gusto mong i-achieve na length ng buong string. So, kung ilang spaces yung kulang para ma-achieve yung length, that is added spaces. Okay? Right justified, ganun din, the same thing. Pag sinabi mo namang right justified 15, ang ginagawa niya lang is nagdadagdag siya ng 10 spaces to the left of the string para yung word mo what do you call this? Malipat doon sa pinaka-right. Okay? Gets? So, ganyan lang yung simple logic na ginagawa sa mga editing tools like Notepad, WordPad, Microsoft Word. Nag-a-add lang sila ng spaces. Pero of course, sometimes hindi add ng spaces, baka may ibang algorithm, pero in Python, ganito yung implementation niya. Pag sinabi mong right and left justified. Pag sinabi mo namang center, what does it mean? Pag sinabi mong center is, ganun din, nagpapad siya ng left at saka right spaces kung wala kang nilagay na filler. Ang default filler niya is spaces. Okay? So, yung anan, example natin dito is anan, and then when we call name that center 36, tapos A yung filler. So, dalawa na tong parameter niya. Pag hindi ka naglagay ng second parameter, ang default niya is space. Pero ito, in-override natin yung space, nilagyan natin ng A. So, 36 here means is the total length of the string. Pag pinagsama mo siya. So, you have 36. So, ang ginawa is anan, nilagay para mailagay sa gitna is 36 minus the length of anan divided by 2. Okay? So, what is 36 minus the length of anan? Anyone? Sa chat, 36 minus length of anan. Anyone? Sa chat, pakilagay. Para malaman natin kung ilan yung spaces na 36 minus anan. 31. Bakit 31? Ano yung length ng anan? Tama pala. 5 lang pala. Sorry, 6. Okay, so 31. And then, you need to floor 2. Okay? Divided by 2. So, pag finloor mo yan, double slash divided by 2. Because, bakit yung 2? Left and right. So, 31 floor divided by 2 is equal to? Is equal to? 15. Okay? Pero merong isang sobra kasi dapat 16 yan. So, It can either be, hindi ko alam kung ano yung one ni Python, kung sa left niya ilalagay yung 16 or sa right niya ilalagay yung 15. Pero regardless, ang gagawin niya is 15 yung ilalagay niyang A doon sa left, and then 15 ulit yung ilalagay niyang A, idadagdag niyang A doon sa right, and then the additional A, it can either be, I don't know kung saan lalagay ni Python, either sa left or sa right. Okay? But guaranteed that there will be 15 filler or 15 spaces kung walang filler yung ilalagay left and right. Maliwanag? Maliwanag? Another example is name center 20, ganun din. Maliwanag ha? Yung center. Pag walang filler, pag wala yung second argument, the default is spaced. Okay? Next, Z-fill. So what does Z-fill? Zero fill. Hindi ko alam kung magagamit nyo yan or what, but Z-fill means you are filling zero doon sa left. Okay, wait lang. Okay. Okay, so any question about Z-fill, zero fill, filling zeros on the left? One question? So,
Sir, nakamute ka po.
kaya pala. Sorry. Okay. So, balik natin. Find is like I meant, tapos na natin to. It just returning the position or the location of the first. Okay? Importante first where the string appears. Okay? And then next is count. So count naman is there's another one argument, and then the source string, which is for this example is internet, that is the source, and then when you call the function or method count with one argument, which is the target hahanapin, which is n, and then the return value of the method is the number of times that the target string appears to the source string or to the given string. Okay? Next method starts with, so sorry, ayan, starts with, struts with. So, hindi yan, hindi struts yan. Method is used to check the string start with particular string or not. Okay? So this is a comparison operator. Tatanong mo lang sa kanya kung if a string starts with the argument. Okay? So false and true lang yung return value niya. So again, like I mentioned, Delhi, India. Sa India nang galing tong binigay sa atin na instructional material for this lecture. Okay? Delhi. Somewhere Delhi. Nasa India. Okay? So, true or false lang yan. Next, ends with, the same. It's the opposite of starts with. If you wanted to ask a string kung yung ends with this string, it will return true or false. Example, name 1 is equal to dairy, and then name 1 ends with ry, it returns true. Maliwanag? Thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Hindi na naintindihan. Okay? So, nice. Thank you. Next is digit. So, you're just calling the is digit method when you wanted to make sure that string is contains only digits. Okay? Walang alphabets. O, yan. O, importante yan. Pagka nag-i-input kayo, tapos string yung ini-input, then you need to make sure na bina-validate nyo bago kayo mag-compute na dapat digits lang yung in-input niya. If not, it will return false, then you can trap it na entered invalid data. Please enter digits only. Ganun. Okay? So, use for validation. Next is numeric, the same. It's similar with is-digit method. It will check the string if it is a digit or not. So, it also the same true or false. So, parang parehong-pareho niya lang. Okay? Next is decimal. So, is decimal means kung yung number or yung digit na nilagay niya has decimal point or wala. Kasi 1, 2, 3 is also a number. Decimal is also a number. So 1, 2, 3, that decimal means true. And then 1, 2, 3, that keyboard will be false. Okay? So, pero pag 1, 2, 3, that 3, tapos ginamit mo that decimal, that will return true. Next is alpha. So, again, these are all validation methods. Tinatanong mo lang kung alphabets yung string. Pagka numeric is alpha, that will be false. Pagka numeric with alphabet like 1, 2, 3 computer, it will also return false because may numeric. But if name is equal to keyboard or keynode, yan sa example natin, if you validate it, asking if it's all alphabet, it will return true. Okay? So, is alphanumeric. So, sometimes you are validating an input or data na ang pwede niyang gamitin is alphanumeric. There is a method for validation of alphanumeric. The method of the string object is called is_al_num. Okay? So, walang argument. It will return true and false lang. So, if it's new number lang, tinanong mo siya, validate into is_al_num, it will return true. If your data is 1, 2, 3 computer, it will also return true because it's an alphanumeric. Alphanumeric. And then if you use yung data mo like Praveen, again, that's a name, sa India, Praveen. And then you validated it using is_al_num, it will return true. Is lower, so another validation method, true or false. Is upper, another validation method. Okay. So, sabi ko sa inyo, boring tong lecture na to. Sobrang dali. Is space means you are checking a string that contains space only or not. Okay? So, yun lang ha. Pagka merong laman yung string nyo na aside from space, it will return false. Pero kung yung string nyo puro spaces, one or more spaces, it will return true. Okay? So, find. Tapos na rin natin to. str. str is used to convert. Gawa na natin to. So, bago mo i-str, you need to validate first. So, yun yung tamang procedure. Dapat may validation ka muna. 5, 7, 6. Pag in-string mo yan, okay siya. Okay? Nagiging string yung 576. Pwede mong gawin bago mo i-string yan, i-validate mo muna siya na is alphabet, is al num, parang ganun. Right? Glenn, alam na natin, max method is used to get the max alphabet of the string. So, pag sinabi mong max Praveen, it will return V. Kasi that is the highest order of alphabet. V, to the Praveen. Mean, its method is used to get the minimum character of the ASCII. So, pag sinabi mong ANAN na capital A, ang minimum niyan is A. Bakit? Saan niya ba kinukuha? Yeah. Are you all familiar with ASCII characters? Nadinig niyo na ba yung ASCII character? Okay, good. So, dun sa ASCII character, it's an American Standard Character, International, blah, blah, blah. Kung ano yung meaning yan. Okay, it's American Standard. So, si America, bida-bida yan. Lahat ng mga standard, sila yung gusto nila sila mauna. So, yung mga characters natin sa keyboard came from American standards. Okay? So, capital A, capital up to capital Z, ang value niya, the same, gaya ng sabi ko, hindi alam ni computer yung letter A. Ang alam ni computer is numbers, which is hindi rin decimal, hindi rin 65. Ang alam niyang, ang number ni computer is base 2, 1, 0, on, off, yun lang. So, yung value ng A, na capital A, doon sa computer is whatever is the value of binary 65. Okay? So, nandun siya sa, pag sinabi mong binary 65, you are displaying capital letter A. Okay? ASCII value 65. Of course, yung ASCII value ng capital B is 66. Yung ASCII value ng capital Z is 65 plus 26. Tama? Then, yung next doon, na sunod sa Z is lowercase na. So, lowercase a, the ASCII value is capital A plus 27. 65 plus 27. What is that? 65 plus 27. That is more or less around 93 or 90 something. Okay? So, ganun yun na. That is that is how we need to make sure you understand yung lagi kong sinasabi, memory allocation, memory address, and the value. Doon na pumasok to. That's why yung minimum, since capital letter A is 65, siya yung pinaka, nasa lowest value siya. That's why it's minimum. Pag tinawag mo yung minimum, pupunta siya sa ASCII table. Oops, capital A, compare with lower A, minimum value goes to capital A. That's why capital A yung nilabas. Thumbs up, please. Okay, thank you. Next is split method. So, when you say split, parang slice lang din to. Okay, parang slice lang when ang split, the default argument of a split, pag wala kang nilagay na filler or na ano yung pang-split mo, the default splitter will be space. So when we have this value of object, variable name, Anand Dalaya, blah, 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 space campus, Anand, okay, Anand Dalaya is a campus sa India. So, kanya lang yung short term niya lang yung Anand. So, Anand Dalaya NDDB campus, when we call that split, it returns a list with splitted elements. Okay? Into several words or substrings using the splitter default space. Okay? Next. So, it's used to split the string according to the delimiter. Yun, yung splitter, yung delimiter yung tawag. So, pagka in-split mo siya with an argument delimiter, for this example is CA, so in-split mo lang siya sa dalawa. So, tinanggal niya yung CA and then hinati niya, naging dalawa na lang yung return value niya. Anandalaya, NDDB, and then the second element is space empus anand. So, pansinin nyo na wala yung delimiter kasi yun yung pinang-split niya. Okay? Gets? Kung hindi nyo pa nagamit to, so it's good to know na merong splitter, may na method. So, para sometimes, pagka kailangan yung mag-manipulate ng string, ito yung gagamitin. Okay? Next, index. Nagawa na natin yan, index. Index is to find but raises an exception if index is not found. Okay? So parang find din, pero itong index is much more powerful. Pwede mong ilagyan ng 3 and 5, which is this is ni-split mo na yung string tapos hinahanap mo pa siya. Which means starting at element index 3 up to index 5, hanapin mo daw yung A. Pag wala siyang nahanap, value error yung hanapin niya. Okay? For in this example, next example, index A yung hahanapin mo, and then you are just looking at index 1 up to index 5, hindi doon sa buong word. So you're just looking at A, I, N, I. So A yung hinahanap mo, nakakita niya doon sa position 1. Thumbs up, please. Kung naintindihan. Okay, good. Next, ORD, used to get the ASCII value for characters. So gaya ng sabi ko, yung ORDA is small letter A kanina, the ASCII value is 97. So 65 plus 27, tama ba yan? Ano ba yung letter A? Yung capital A, basta ipa-plus mo lang yan. So, 97. Bukan natin. ORD. Okay? So, ORD, capital A. Print natin, ORD, capital A. Control S. Pag niran mo siya is, ang output niya is, ayan, 65. Right? So, ORD, capital A is 65 plus, ano yung pa-plus natin? Plus 97 minus 65. Tama ba? Tama, minus 65. So what is 97 minus 65? Control S. Ayan, so 97. Parang mali naman yung natin. Control C. Control V. Ito muna. Print lang natin to. Ayun, 32. Okay, so yung small letter A is 32. Merong mga special characters pa siguro before the small letter A. Okay, before the small letter A. So, ORD, small letter A is 97. Okay? So, 97. Yung small letter A. Okay? So, that is just showing you na yung ASCII character is may mga value para may print niya yung letter A. You are using CHR, So, yung ORD is printing the values of ASCII character. Yung CHR naman is printing the actual um, actual alphabets or numeric or yung mga value doon sa address ng order ng ASCII value. Okay, so ASCII value of small letter A is CHR. When we call CHR 97, it prints small letter A. Okay, next, replace. Replace method is another functionality for string manipulation. If you wanted to replace something like a character or a string within a string, pwede mong tawagin yung dot replace. So, example of word is cynic, and then you wanted to replace all of the letter I into letter E, you can just use dot replace. So, yung output niya na ngayon is cynic. Okay? Next. Ayun lang. So, that is for string manipulation, which is very straightforward. Kahit hindi mo kailangan ng instructor, you can just use the documentation, maintindihan mo na agad siya. It's just, ang key takeaway lang natin dito is we have just introduced object. Okay? Using the example string object. Liwanag? That is our key takeaway here. In detail, marami pa yan ha. When I say marami pa yan, means hindi lang yung mga tinuro natin, yung mga strings. So you can go to Python documentation for string, or you can actually, doon sa VS Code nyo, automatic na yan. Pag nag-install kayo ng Python, meron ng help. So, ayan. We created name, a name object, and then pag tinype nyo ganyan, name, ang idea nito, it means object. Itong icon nito, it means object. Pag dinat nyo siya, these are the methods. Yan, count, center, casefold, marami pa tayong hindi na tawag dito. Lower, okay, partition, so split, swap case. Okay, so ito yung mga tinatawag nyo. Then these are the dunder methods, yung mga may underscore. May mga security yan, hindi mo pwedeng tawagin because it's just a private method o private variable, mga ganun. Pero itong mga to, yung mga, yan, this icon here, violet, with, ano ba yung nasa loob niyan? Hexagon violet, you can call it. So, like for example, yung is are validations, and then count, let's count, and then, yan. Okay? So, natawag nyo na yung method. Ganun lang. Just, once na nilagyan nyo na ng dot yan, lalabas yung mga methods. Clear? Thumbs up? I'm going to share you this slide just for yung review something, pero nasa Python yan. Lahat. Okay. So, let's just have a 5-minute break or sa toilet lang ako. Iinom lang ako ng tubig. And then we'll be back by 9:10. No, 3-minute break. Okay? 9:10. 10 minutes. 9:10. I-start ulit ako ng another lecture of objects, which is ngayon file na yung gagamitin natin. Okay? See you 9:10. Hello? Yan pa kayo? Dinig niyo na ako?
Yes po.
Okay, so let's continue for module 2. So this is again another type of object in Python. So built-in objects to, so string is a built-in object. Now let's go to the file manipulations. Okay? So last time, can I just ask, na lecture niyo na ba to, yung file manipulation? Can I just get thumbs up kung na-lecture niyo to? Or palitan ko yung tanong, hindi niyo pa ba na-lecture yung file manipulation or file handling? Wala pa? So, what about the others? Thumbs up nga kung hindi nyo pa na-lecture para alam ko paano natin i-adjust yung, okay? So, hindi nyo pa na-lecture. Okay, so, sa industry, it's not all about logic formulation. It's not all about Fibonacci. It's not all about iterations. Okay? Ang real life na applications is merong storage. Yung storage na yon, pagka nilagyan mo ng input, you can ship it, lagay mo sa USB, lagay mo sa server, lagay mo sa laptop mo, ibigay mo sa kaibigan mo, because that is data. That is all about information. Okay? Yung mga pinag-aaralan nyo ng logic formulation, like you have to print the first Fibonacci series, those are just logic foundations. Para lang, just to prepare you for the real-life applications, which is one of the real-life applications are file handling. So how do I handle all your data na mga attendance nyo? So nakasave na yun. That is file handling. Yung mga ina-upload yung code, nakasave na yon, which is I was able to download it and then save it and manipulate it using Excel, using database. So that is the actual work na ginagawa ng mga programmer, ginagawa ng mga solutions engineer sa industry. Hindi sila gumagawa ng for next loop. Hindi sila gumagawa ng nagsosolve na mga pang-academic problem. So sa school, binibigyan kayo ng logic, but sa industry, it's a real problem na sinosolve. Okay? So, to use, one of the technique is file handling. Gamitin natin yung Python for file handling.
Sir, nakamute na po.
Sorry, kakamute lang ba? Or na-mute ako like 5 minutes?
Nakamute lang po.
Kakamute? Okay, napindot ka lang pala. Sorry. So, the goal for this lecture, so the next 20 minutes is to be able to read, trace, adapt, and create a Python that can open a file or create a file. Okay? Pag nag-open tayo ng file tapos wala yung file na yon sa directory, it will automatically create that file for us. And then, pag na-open na yung file, pwede na nating basahin kung may laman siya or pwede rin nating i-write kung wala pa siyang laman, magra-write tayo. Pag may laman na siya, mag-append tayo. Okay? So there is a difference between write and append. Gets? So write means just create a file, you write data from it. But pag meron ng laman yung data, pag ni-write mo siya, ang gagawin niya is di-delete niya yung laman, override everything, and then writes a new one. Ayaw nating mangyari yon. But sometimes, kailangan nating gawin yon. Diba? Sometimes, pag nagbubura tayo ng files. But instead, there is another method na nag-a-append. So rather than overriding using write, If may laman na yung file, gusto mo lang dagdagan ng record, dagdagan ng additional line, you use append method. Okay? So, open or create, read, write, append. And then the last method na gagawin natin dito is close. You have to close the file that you have created or you have opened. Bakit? Kasi ang tendency, pag inopen mo, tapos in-exit mo yung program mo na naka-open pa rin yung file, nandun pa rin yung traces niya sa memory. So pag ginawa mo yun paulit-ulit, mauubos yung memory mo. Hindi siya nare-release. And hindi mo rin ma-delete yung file mo kasi nakatangle pa rin siya doon sa CPU. Meron pa rin siyang connection, connected pa rin siya sa CPU, hindi mo pa nare-release. So try to open a Microsoft document, pumunta ka doon sa file manager, subukan mo i-delete yun, hindi mo siya ma-delete dahil naka-open pa rin siya. So that is a good analogy. Kailangan i-close mo yung file. Okay? Or else, either makorrupt yung file or babagal yung system mo. So, mortal sin yun ha. Pag nagko-code kayo, especially nagko-code kayo, hindi nyo naman ino-open sa Microsoft Word, minamanipulate nyo yung Word document sa program nyo, you open that Word document, after transactions, after whatever manipulation you have done to that file, before you exit the program, you have to close that open or newly created file. Maliwanag? Mortal sin yun sa programmer. Pag yan, nag-program kayo, nag-manipulate kayo, whatever na inopen nyo, hindi nyo kinlose, baka kailangan mag-shift na kayo ng career nyo or maghanap na kayo ng ibang work. Okay? Sa industry, that's a mortal sin. Whatever you open, you need to, before you exit, you need to close whatever you open. Kasi mag-accumulate ng mag-accumulate yan, kakainin niya yung memory, yung mga traces na connected pa rin siya sa CPU, lagot yung system nyo. Sobrang bagal niya. Okay? So, let's move on. What is a file? Alam nyo na yan. File is it's just a name na nasa disk nyo, and then, but it stores a related information or a data. So, it uses a permanent data storage in a non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory, ibig sabihin kahit naka-off na yung laptop nyo or yung PC nyo or yung device, nandun pa rin yung data. Okay? Example of a non-volatile memory is hard disk, USB, yung mga data centers. Okay? Kahit brown out, nandun pa rin yung mga selfie nyo. Okay? So, since RAM is a volatile, so yung RAM, yung random access memory, pag doon nyo lang sinave yung mga image nyo, it's just a temporary storage. Pag nag-off na yung laptop nyo, tapos yung file nyo nasa RAM lang, nawawala. Okay? So, what is a good example of nasa RAM? Pagka nag-edit kayo ng Word document, nag-type kayo okay, nag-code kayo ng nag-code, pero hindi nyo na-save, hindi kayo nag-Control S. Once na in-exit nyo yung Microsoft Word, tapos in-open nyo ulit, yung tinype nyo na latest na hindi na-save, hindi yun lalabas. Because nasa lang siya, nasa random access memory. Once na kinontrol S nyo yun, napupunta na yan doon sa hard disk. Maliwanag? So, when we want to read file or write to a file, we need to open it first. Procedural, kailangan i-open mo. Hindi ka makabasa pag naka-close. When we are done, it needs to be closed. Again, it needs to be closed so that resources that are tied with the file are freed. So, hence the Python operation takes place the following order. Open, read, write, or append operations, and then close the file. Inulit ko na naman. Pinupok ko na sa utak nyo, open and then close the file. Laging asawa nung open yung close. Hindi sila pwedeng mag-divorce. Okay? Maliwanag? Thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Okay. Thank you. Move on. So, Since we know now a file is just a name in the storage that contain the information, so yung file, there are a lot of types of file. Sabihin lang natin muna is, pag-aaralan natin yung text at saka yung binary. So what is a text file? Text file are information in a form of ASCII, in a form of characters. So what you see is what you get. Kung ano yung tinype mo, yes,
Wala po yata shared screen.
wala na yung share. Biglang nawala. Kailan nawala?
Matagal na rin. Mga 3
Tagal
minutes po
na.
siguro.
Mga 3 minutes na. Sabihan niyo ako ha. Okay? Ayan, meron na.
Okay lang.
Balikan natin. Ito, nakita nyo?
Okay.
Okay na yan? Nakita nyo yan kanina? O ngayon lang to?
Ngayon lang po, sir.
Okay, sige. So, ulitin natin. What is a file? So, yung file is nasa location, it's just a name, and then nasa isang disk. So, yung disk na yon is, yung file na yun nakaka-store ng information or ng data. So, you can save it into a hard disk, which is a permanent data storage, or you can save it temporarily sa random access memory, which is a volatile, which means pagka nag-shutdown na yung computer nyo, wala na rin yung file. Okay? And then, sa Python, ang pinaka-order na kailangan natin gawin is, you need to open the file, and then, perform the operations, read, write, append, and then, wag nyong kalimutan mag-close ng file. So ganun na, laging merong close. So next is file types. File types, there are two types of file, text and binary. So text file is what you have typed is what you are saving as is. Kung paano mo tinype, ganun din sinave. Example is .py. Kung paano mo sinave si .py, pag inopen mo sa ibang editor, ganun pa rin yung lalabas. Okay? So, this is a text file. Pag inopen mo sa notepad, ganyan pa rin yung lalabas. Gets? This is a text file. What you type is what you get. Pag inopen natin ito sa text, sa any other text editor, ganito pa rin yung lalabas. Spaces, yung line numbers, that is text file, are used to store characters or string. So, string or characters lang yung ini-store mo. Okay? And then, next, what is binary files naman? So, ang binary file is, it stores data in a form of bytes. In a form of bytes, i.e. a group of 8-bit bits. So, bytes, alam nyo na yung bytes, di ba? ASCII character. Okay, for example, a character is stored as a byte and an integer is stored in the form of 8 bytes. Okay, so binary file can be used to store text, images, audio. So yan, yung mga audio nyo, yung mga video nyo, yung mga Word document nyo, yung mga Excel file nyo, they are all binary files. Bakit? Pag inopen nyo yung Word document sa Notepad, garbage yung makikita nyo. Tama? Garbage yung mariretrieve nyo. Napansin nyo na yon? Pag inopen nyo yung Word document, pag wala kayong Microsoft Word, tapos inopen nyo sa Notepad, garbage. Ganon din sa IPYNB. Subukan yung i-open yung IPYNB sa Notepad. Hindi nyo yun ma-open nyo pero garbage yung lalabas. Parang kung ano-anong character. Because those are ASCII characters. Maliwanag? Ang difference? Pag inopen nyo yung image file sa hindi image editor, garbage yung lalabas. Na-experience nyo na ba yan? Na-experience nyo na? So actually, hindi siya garbage. Garbage lang siya paningin nyo, pero those are ASCII characters na ang nakaka-open lang, ang nakaka-decipher lang are those proprietary software. Kung gawa sa Word, si Word document lang yung pwedeng mag-open. Kung gawa sa PDF, si Acrobat lang yung pwedeng mag-open. Pero kung text file, kahit anong editor pwedeng buksan. Liwanag? Because what you type is what you get. Kaya, okay? So, si notebook, yung IPYNB, nabubuksan lang yun pagka merong notebook na type. Okay? So, that is binary file. Pero ngayon, ang pag-aaralan natin will be file handling using text. Using text file. Okay? File handling using text file. Computer program can import data from and export data to file outside the code. Outside the code. Ibig sabihin, kung yung code mo, nagmamanipulate ng file, pero yung file na yon pwedeng gamitin ng ibang code. Pwedeng gamitin ng ibang software editor. Okay? So, hindi lang yung code mo ang kayang magmanipulate nung text file na ginagawa mo. So, sample your code sa Python code. You read, get data from a file into your program. So, itong file na to is external, kahit ginawa ng mga taga-US, ginawa ng ibang section, pwede mo siyang basahin as long as it is a file. And then, you can manipulate it in your program as long as you have the correct permission. You can write, you can append, you can delete, whatever you wanted. Anong operation. Okay? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? So, basic ng file pa lang to pero pupunta tayo. Now, I mentioned permission. So, there are three major permissions. Marami pang permission na combination ng permissions, pero ito lang yung pag-aaralan natin. Raw, which is R for read, A for append, W for write. So, ano yung kaibahan nun? Read is, you can just view it. You can just retrieve it. Look at by the program, but not able to change. Okay? Error if the file doesn't already exist. So, pag nag-read ka ng file, tapos hindi naman nag-exist, mag-error yun. Append means you can add to that file. A file is created if it doesn't already exist. So, pag nag-append ka ng file, tapos yung file na yun hindi pa nag-exist, magke-create daw siya. W, write. If you have the permission to write, you can override the existing data starting from the beginning of the file. And then the file is created if it doesn't exist. So, override, ibig sabihin, swipe. Na-sweep yung buong existing data. And then, append siya or magsusulat siya at the beginning of the file. Okay? Raw, read, append, W. Those are the operations or the permissions that is pertaining to a file. Next, example, read from a file. Okay, so ito na, coding na tayo. Ano tayo mag-read from a file? This is the algorithm. Connect and open the file. Give the file name and path. So, importante yung path. Na-explain na natin yan. Doon sa directory nyo, yung path. Kailangan alam nyo kung saan nyo ilalagay yung file na yun. Give the file name and the path. Set the permission for opening. Ano yung permission? Sabi ko, read, append, write. Tama? So, next step is read the content into a variable. So, pag ano yung nabasa mo, pwede mong i-save sa isang variable. And then, you can output the variable. So, pwede mo nang i-print doon sa terminal mo kasi na-retrieve mo na yung data ng file. Coming from the external, put it into your code, then you can do whatever you wanted. Parang variable na lang siya. Of course, yung asawa ng open will always be close. The last command you need to do is close. This is an example of Python that opens a file using read permission, and then ang ino-open niya is test.txt. So, with this test.txt, ang ina-assume niya is nandun ka sa current directory. Kung saan mo tinakbo itong code na to, dapat yung test.txt nandun sa current directory. Kung saan mo tinakbo tong file to. Else, pag wala yung test.txt, hindi yan gagawa ng file. Instead, it will throw an exception that file not found. It will throw an error. Okay? Maliwanag? And then, open is the Python command to open a file. And then, yung variable is my file. Gets? Or yung object. Sorry, object is my file. Ang ibig sabihin niyan is, you create variable file name, but that file name, my file, is an object coming from the open instantiation. Okay? Tells the program to open the file, R means read, and then the path. Maliwanag? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? So, nakaka-open na tayo ng file. And then, paano magbasa ng file? As I have mentioned, yung what you type is what you get. So, pag nag-type ka ng 8 lines, para makuha mo line by line, you have to use for next loop or i-iterate mo na siya. Ito na yung actual na ginagamitan ng paggamit ng for next loop, ng iteration. Okay? If you wanted to read the file, for line in my file, and then print line by line. And then, after printing it, pwede mo nang i-close. So, this is a simple file manipulation. Anong ginagawa nito? You just read the line. Okay? So, ano yung mga pwedeng gawin ditong use cases? For each line, pwede mong sabihin, for each line, i-print mo yung length, how many, gusto kong sabihin sana, how many small case, i-count mo yung small case characters, i-count mo yung digits, i-count mo yung uppercase. Okay? For each line. So, dadagdagan mo ngayon yung for next loop. You can create a method na tatawag dun sa for next loop na print or compute how many small case, how many uppercase, and then how many spaces, how many digits. So, na-manipulate mo, di ba? Just reading the file, you can create a dashboard or a statistics para dun sa file na yun. So, number of characters. Pansin nyo, di ba, sa Word document, meron dun sa ilalim niya, 4,000 characters. So, may mga statistics dun sa Word document. Dun sa ilalim ng Word document, may mga statistics na, like, page 1, line 1, line 2. So, those are statistics na pwedeng i-manipulate dito sa read open file. Gets? So, explanation. For is the type of loop. Nakaintindihan na natin yan. Line is a variable for each line na nag-iterate siya. Line yung nandun, yung laman ng each line is nasa variable line. Output each line from the file one by one. And then, always, caps lock na bold pa. Yung step 8. Tingnan niyo yung always, caps lock na naka-bold pa. Kasi guys, sabi ko, ulitin ko na naman, mortal sin na hindi nyo ino-close yung file. Syntax kasi, or programmatically, pwedeng hindi nyo i-close. Pero, may repercussion yan. That's why, si Python, hindi naman niya automatic na kino-close yung file. Kasi hindi niya alam kung gagamitin mo pa o hindi. So, it's up to the developer na siya mismo, ethically, or behaviorally, kailangan naka-embed na sa DNA nyo as a programmer na lahat ng ino-open nyo, i-close nyo. Okay? So, next. Ito. Open file, text file, mamaya na natin ibigay yung example, ha? Basta nandyan na yung open. Read functions. Another example of read function is, ito kanina, print line, nag-iterate lang tayo, pero mas more robust or advanced type of paggamit ng read is this one. Okay? Most character of the file read still end in if it's negative or none. For example, let's open text.txt, print f.read. This means, pag sinabi mong f.read, you are reading the entire file. Hindi tayo nagpo-for next loop dito, ha? Hindi tayo nagpo-for next loop. Print f.read. This is a method. .read, you are reading the entire file. Kung walo yung line of codes na yan, walo yung ibibigay niya doon sa read. Then, close. Another example is print that read merong argument na integer which is reads the first character of the file. So pag gusto mong basahin yung length or the first 5 characters, you have to issue the command f.read open and close 5. Okay? And then read line. When we say read line, ibig sabihin nitong read line is return one line. Reads in most n bytes if specified. Okay? So example, nag-open tayo and text.txt. Print f read line. Pag sinabi mong print f read line without any argument, you are just retrieving the first line of the file. Kung meron siyang 8 line, yung read line is first line lang yung ibabalik niya sa'yo. Thumbs up. Maliwanag or any question? But can I get a thumbs up? Okay? Mamaya i-program natin yan. And then again, F close. Next. So, for this example, read and return a list of lines from the file. Reads in at most n byte characters if specified. For example, open, read lines. So, pag sinabi mong read lines, kinuha niya lahat. Kinuha niya lahat. Okay? Yung read line, kumukuha lang siya ng per line. Pero yung read lines, kinuha niya lahat, and then pwede mo nang i-iterate. For line in data, okay, so read line, so nasa data. And then pwede mo nang i-iterate. Yung read kasi, buo. Hindi mo mai-iterate yun. Okay? So, ulitin lang natin. Excuse lang ha. Etong read line, itong read, buo, entire file. So, hindi mo yan ma-iterate kasi entire file. And then, yung read lines, yung read line is, i-iterate mo siya, one line, one per line. Okay? Pag sinabi mong read lines, so yung kaiba na, read line, pag sinabi mong read lines, ang nilalabas niyan, yung data na yan is an array list per line. Okay, list siya. And then, since it's list, pwede mo na siyang basahin. Maliwanag? Maliwanag? Okay? So, let's go to write and append. Read, binasa-basa. Write and append, operation. So, again, my file, open, test.txt, W. W means write. If there is an existing file, the Python will open it, pero buburahin niya. But pag wala, the Python will create it. Okay? I-create ni Python. Pero pag may laman, buburahin niya. Next, myfile.write. This is the method ng object na myfile. Pag naglagay ka ng Andy, it will put the data na mag-override doon sa kung may laman yung text.txt. Then, again, close. Okay? Okay? Maliwanag? That is right. Next, append. Paano naman mag-append? To append a file, how to code? Again, ito lang, open, test, and then append A, and then pag sinabi mong i-write mo, hindi niya i-override. I-add niya lang, i-append niya doon sa last line, next line, new line, new line, new line, new line. Okay? Add at the end of the file. Okay? Add at the end of the file. That's it. Ganun lang. Ganun lang kadali ang file manipulation. But let's go to the code. Okay? So, bukas tayo ng code. Dito lahat yung lecture natin. Teka lang. Buksan ko yung code. Okay? So, nakikita nyo? Nakita nyo na yung nakashare? Nakita nyo yung nakashare? Okay? So, let's start with the coding ng file. Share ko rin to Of course, share ko rin and then syempre, meron tayong laboratory exercises for today and then for your lab with the deadline of everyone bago mag-Holy Week. Hindi na ako naglagay ng string manipulation kasi alam nyo naman na yon. But let's go to this file since ngayon nyo pa lang to ma-encounter. So example, like I mentioned, open, instantiate an object, my file, called my file, a variable, and then permission is right, and then text.tst. So subukan natin i-run to. Pag ni-run ko, since it's IPYNB, magko-connect muna ako ng what they call this, ng Python ko. So, ayan. So, ni-run ko siya, uy, error. Of course, di ba? Sabi natin kanina, error siya. Bakit siya error? Can you type ano yung explanation bakit siya error? Or anyone, raise your hand, bakit siya error? Ayan, ni-run ko. Ayan, nandiyan na pala yung explanation Pero, type nyo nga kung bakit error. Ano explanation? Anyone? Raise your hand. Ayun, so we have Anna, Angeli, Chris.
Sir, hindi pa po kasi nag-exist or wala po sa current directory yung test, yung test file po.
Okay, so na-explain natin yun, di ba? Ana, kapangalan mo yung anak ko Okay, kaya pala magaling. Patunayan mo, Ana Ay, Angeli. Okay, so Angeli is correct kasi hindi nag-exist yung text file. So, subukan natin, tingnan natin kung hindi nag-exist. So, puntahan natin tong itong variable na to. Ito. Pag nag-dir tayo, sorry, dir daw. ls, yung ito. Ito ba yan? Hindi, mali. Testfile.txt. Okay, hindi nag-exist. ls asterisk 2026. Alam nyo ba yan? Asterisk. Alam nyo yung code na yan? So, I'm using a regex. So, hinahanap ko kung nandiyan yung file ko. Pag niran ko yan, wala din. Wala din yung file ko. So, nasaan ba yung file ko? Saan ko ba siya? Subukan ko buksan yung file ko. Buksan ko lang kung nasaan ba tong file na to. Yung file na to is nasa desktop, PUP, o OP. Nasa desktop pala. Okay. So, buksan natin yun diretso. Open folder. Desktop, PUP class. Sabi niya, nasaan ba yung desktop ko dito? Ito ba yun? Desktop. Ito, desktop. PUP class. Ayan. Okay. And then, open. Don't save na muna. And then, supposed to be nandito. OOP. Then, supposed to be nasa, ito. Okay? So, nandiyan na. Now, open natin yung terminal ulit. Nakasunod pa rin ha. And then, let's say ls test.txt. So, I am just looking for test.txt. Pag in-enter ko yan, wala. Okay, no such file as directory. So, once na nirun ko to, Python environment, may error siya because it doesn't have the text.txt. Okay? Now, huwag muna natin i-run tong text.txt ha, kasi wala pa nga eh. Hindi pa naman natin siya nagagawa. So, pwede tayong gumawa dito ng test.txt pero gawin natin dito sa gawin natin dito sa right. Okay? Gawin natin muna dito sa right. So, right is, ito na yung explanation. Hindi ko na i-explain ulit, but this is the code. Open text1.txt w. This is the first line, another line, and this is tab character, and then close file. So, once na nirun ko to, what are we going to expect? Pagke-create, dapat siya, pag nirun ko ulit to, dapat meron nang na-create, and then, pag binuksan natin, dapat merong laman. Maliwanag? Pag nirun ko yan, ayun, walang error. Pero, pag nilagay ko ulit tong in-ls ko ulit, pag in-enter ko, ano ba? Nasaan ba tayo? PW. Okay, test1.txt. Okay? So, nakita nyo, wala yung test.txt. Instead, ang pinaglagyan natin is test1.txt. So, subukan natin. Palitan natin, test1.txt. Okay? Pag nirun mo yan, test1.txt. Narana ba natin? Test1.txt. Wait lang ha, DLS. Hindi tayo lumabas. Desktop. Sorry na wala tayo. Dapat nandito tayo sa magsi-CD muna tayo ha. CD OOP kasi yung laman nito is nasa directory PUP class OOP. Okay, my bad. Okay, CD OOP, enter. So nasa directory na tayo na tama, and then i-run ulit natin to. ls. Ayun, nandiyan na. Okay? So na-create niya. Palitan natin, gawin nating test 1. Yung test. So walang laman yung test. Now palitan natin tong code. Gawin nating test.txt. I-run natin ulit. Pag run natin ulit, okay, and then let's try ls test.txt. Meron ng laman. Okay? Maliwanag? Gets? Maliwanag? Thumbs up nga. Kung naintindihan niyo yung ginawa natin. Now, since meron na siyang test.txt, tignan natin yung laman ng test.txt. It's a test.
Huwag mo bukas. Sarado lang, sarado. Ay.
Sige, sara mo lang. Okay? Tingnan natin yung laman ng test.txt. Ang laman niya is, this is the first line, this is another line, this is a tab character. Okay? Kasi, ayan o, meron tayong escape character na N, which is new line, escape character sa T-tab, which is nag-tab siya, 4 spaces, then character. Maliwanag? Gets? Okay? So, it is what you see is what you get. Ngayon, subukan natin dagdagan to, test.txt. Dagdagan natin ng this is manually added. Control S, sinave ko siya. Okay? Nasa hard disk na. Pwede kong ibigay sa inyo itong test.txt, pwede nyong i-retrieve. Now, let's go back to read. Ito na. Pag ito nirun ko ba, anong lalabas? Ito yung babasahin niya. So, meron na. Available na yung text. Babasahin niya and then line by line, binasa niya. Then, nagpiprint siya. Line by line, nagpiprint siya. So, ang output niya will be this one. Supposed to be, will be this one. Tama? So, run natin. Pag nirun ko yan, ito na yung output. Tama? Maliwanag? Nakuha? So, this is actually file manipulation. So, sobrang simple nung code. Hindi nyo kailangan mag-logic. Meron ng mga methods. Gagamitin nyo na lang. Procedural na nga lang yan. Naggamit lang ako ng for next loop, which is the foundation. Yung mga line, mga open, nandyan na yan sa programming. Hindi nyo na kailangan ng yan yung technique ng programming. Pag alam nyo yung tools, alam nyo yung ginagawa ng tools, alam nyo paano gamitin yung tools, yung logic formulation is very basic. Mas mahirap pa yung Fibonacci series. Mas mahirap pa yung get the odd numbers or yung modulo. Pero ganito lang kadali mag-program. Okay? Okay? Procedural lang siya. Pero ano yung application yan? Attendance, grading system, nilalagay lang lahat sa file. Of course, hindi sa hindi sa text file, binary file. Pero this is the concept of file manipulation. Okay? So we have used read using print line lang. Now, meron tayong mga method. fread, kanina. So ito na yan. So again, yung path, hindi na natin ginalaw yung path ha. Kung nasaan yung directory nitong code, dapat nandun yung directory nung what do you call this? Nandun yung directory nung file. Ngayon, kung gusto nating gawin yung path, gamitin ulit natin tong write. Ngayon, ang gusto kong gawin dito sa write ngayon is gagawa ko ng dir dito, mkdir, gagawa ko ng isang directory, test file dir. Okay? So, pag in-enter ko yan, pag nag-ls ako, meron na akong bagong test file dir. Pag nag-cd ako, test file dir. Okay? So, pag nag-ls ako, walang laman. Ngayon, gusto ko dyan ilagay yung mga files na sinesave ko. Pero yung code ko nandito sa OOP. So, hopefully nakakasunod kayo. Paano gagawin yan? Current directory, the new directory, test file dir, and then /. So this is the path. Okay? Ang path nito is current directory, kung saan yung code nyo, kung nasaan yung code nyo. Dito yung directory ng code nyo, tapos magpa-forward kayo ng isang directory, which is test file dir, and then magra-write kayo ng file doon sa test1. Sorry. Magra-write kayo ng file doon sa test1. Append yung ginamit ko. Oh, sorry, hindi, wag dito. Control C, Control X. Doon tayo sa right. Dito tayo sa right. Okay? Yan. So, pag nirun ko to, expect na pag nag-ls ako dito sa directory ng path ko, magkakaroon ng laman. Hindi niya ni-write doon sa current directory. Okay? So, pag nirun ko yan, okay? And then, pag nag-ls ako dito, nandyan yung test.txt. Maliwanag? Okay? So, that is path. You can manipulate kung saan nyo pwedeng ilagay yung directory. Kung meron kayong network na path, for example, yung 3 laptop nyo naka-network, you can save that file into external laptop or external device as long as naka-network kayo. As long as mayroong path yung network nyo. Okay? So, you can actually open a file doon sa kabilang laptop. Doon sa ibang laptop. So, pag gusto mong i-open pag may access ka doon sa laptop ni Denver, tapos gusto mong baguhin yung laboratory exercise na ginawa niya, i-open mo lang yung lab exercises niya, then lagyan mo ng i-hack mo, lagay mo, si Denver, crush niya si, pwedeng ganun. Okay? That's hacking. Yan yung concept ng hacking. You need to have an access to a computer and then you can either create a file, executable file na nagra-run every 12 midnight. Okay? That's another part. That's networking na. Pero again, file manipulation pa rin siya. Okay? So, that's it. Now, let's go to the read lines. Na-explain na rin naman natin to. So, pag sinabi mong read, anong output nito? So, meron na tayong test file. Ito yung test file natin. Pag sinabi mong read, you just read the whole of the entire file. So, pag nirun mo yan, ayan na siya. Entire file. Now, if you want to have read line and read lines, pag sinabing read line or read, pag read line is, anong output nito? Pag sinabing read, the first 5 characters. Pag sinabing read line, the first line. And then, pag binasa mo ulit, it will go to the second line. Okay? So, merong file pointer. Ang hindi ko naturo sa inyo, merong file pointer. Especially pag ginamit mo tong read line. Pag nag-issue ka ng first command, read line, ito yung una niyang babasahin. Yan lang yung babasahin niya. Pero yung file pointer, nandun na sa dulo ng line. Okay? Pag nagsabi ka na naman ng read line, since the file pointer is already at the end of the line, pupunta na siya dun sa next line and then imumove niya yung file pointer. Pag nag-read line ka na naman, imumove niya yung file pointer. Pag nag-green line ka na naman, yung file pointer will go to the EOF or end of file. Pag yung file pointer equals sa end of file na, pag nag-issue ka na ulit ng read line, meron na siyang error. Okay? EOF yung error niya. Meron din tayong tinatawag na BOF. So, guess, tama yung guess nyo. BOF means beginning of file. Okay? Wherein, ang beginning of file is, pag nag-open kayo ng file, yung file pointer is equal to BOF. Read line, file pointer moves to the next line. Read line moves to the next line. Read line, na-meet niya na yung EOF. So, read line is equal to EOF. Any issuance of another command read line, it will respond to an error. Okay? Maliwanag? Thumbs up? So, kaibahan ng read line, doon sa read lines means kukunin niya lahat ng lines and return a list. So, kukunin niya yung buong lines, yung buong text, line by line, and then line by line, it will be equivalent to an element of the list. Okay? So, dito, pag nag-read lines tayo, isang issue lang ng read lines, ang returning niya is list, wherein element index 0, index 1, index 3, index 4, with length of 5. Okay? Maliwanag? Mabalik tayo dun sa review. That's why importante yung review ng Python. So, pag read line na siya, since data is a list, you can manipulate it through iteration for next loop. For line in data, print line, fclose. So, guess what? Pag niread natin to, fwrite means, ang ira-write niya lang is first 5 character, which is this and space. And then read line, this is a line, another line. And then, read lines, using iteration, pinrint niya lahat. Okay? If you run this, gets, this space, may space yan, is the first line, another line. So, take a look nag-read siya, tapos nung nag-read line siya, nag-move yung file pointer. Nakita nyo? Hindi niya na binasa yung this is the first line. Kasi yung file pointer nyo is nandito na. Nasa I na yung file pointer because you issue the command this read 5. So yung file pointer moves from beginning of file into I. Nasa I na yung file pointer. And then you issue the command read line, it reads the rest of the first line. So is the first line. And then nag-issue ka na naman ng print read line, nakuha niya tong another line. And then, nag-issue ka na naman ng command ng another line, read lines, nakuha niya na naman to. And then, nag-issue ka ng command na read lines, ang naiwan na lang is, this is manually added. So, yung list mo, isa na lang yung laman. Kasi nabasa niya na yung previous. Gets? Because of this behavior is because of the file pointer. Maliwanag? Nag-move yung file pointer until such time na nandun na siya sa end of file. Maliwanag? Thumbs up? Or overwhelmed na? Okay, thank you. So, right. Nagawa na natin yung right. Okay, so, pag niran natin ulit tong right na to, hindi yan mag-a-append na, i-override niya. Okay, pag niran mo ulit to, if there's an existing file with this, it will open and overwriting all the contents, if any. Overwriting all the contents. Means, yan. Takbo natin ulit to, takbo natin ulit. Lagay natin dito sa directory na to. Tignan natin mamaya kung ano mangyayari dito. This is manually added. Ito, lagyan natin yan. Lagyan natin yan. Lagyan natin ng garbage. And then, Control S, sinave natin. Nakasave na siya. Now, let's run this again. Using W. Pag nirun natin yan, okay? Narun na natin. Tignan natin to ngayon. I-X natin and then, let's open it again. Pag in-open natin, nawala na yung garbage natin. Why? Because the permission we have opened the file is W, which means override. Binura niya lahat yung dati, and then ginawa niya ulit yung file mo. Okay? Next, append. So, with this example, ito yung example natin. And then, append, same lang. I-append mo siya. Open the file. Sorry. Test. I-open natin yung file using A as the permission, and I appended this line to the file. So, saan niya i-append? It will go to the end of the file and then append to the new line. Okay? So, run natin siya. Nung nirun ko na siya, okay, tignan natin to. Gets? Ayan o, may nag-append na siya. Meron na. So, again, run natin ulit. Run natin ng second, third, fourth, 5. Nag-append siya. Nandito pa rin yung original na laman ng character. That is how powerful append is. So, bago kayo gumamit ng W, you need to make sure na bago kayo gumamit ng write, you need to make sure na tama yung binabasa niyong requirement. Baka yung requirement naman is hindi niya pinapa-override, ina-append niya lang. Very powerful kasi yung W, baka ma-delete nyo mga password, mga cheat codes nyo. Okay? So, you need to make sure yung W at saka yung append. Any question? Any question about appending? So, if none, let's use this laboratory exercise for the rest of the day until 1:30. Submission for today is this is the instruction again, comprehension. The file format will be lab 2.1, your section, your name, .py. So .py means hindi siya it should be text lang. And then 50 points, write a program that reads a text file named number.txt that contains 20 positive integers. The program will create 2 other files. The first file will be named even.txt that will contain all even numbers extracted from the number.txt. The second file will be named add.txt that will contain all the odd numbers extracted from the numbers.txt. Okay, so upload your answer today with this link. So yung answer nyo, dito nyo na at .py, no need na ipasa nyo yung input file. No need na ipasa nyo. Mag-check na lang dyan. Okay, ipasa nyo lang yung .py and then yung checker ko na lang yung mag-check. Maliwanag? Any question about our laboratory for today? Understand the requirements. Yan yung pinaka-basic. And then, merong minus points dun sa mga nagmo-mortal sin. Okay? And, laboratory deadline for April 1 until April 1, 11:59 p.m., 25 points. Write a method to write multiple lines, contents of text file might exceed. So, pag nag-enter ka daw, nira-write niya. Lahat ng mga ina-enter mo. So, keylogger. This is just a keylogger. Lahat ng ina-enter mo, ilalagay mo sa myfile.txt. Okay? 25 points. Write a method in Python. Will create two separate reading source. Name integers contain first output will be name double containing the square, blah, 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 and cube. Okay? 50 points. Python that reads GWA containing GWA.txt containing 20 students where their general weight average separated by comma, the program will output the student who get the highest. Okay, so separated by comma. O string manipulation. So name, grade, name, comma, grade, name, comma, grade. Okay, 20 na ganun. Tapos that is your sample data, GWA.txt. And then will output the student who got the highest GWA. So, ang kukunin mo lang is, hanapin mo doon kung sino yung highest na may grade, yun yung i-output mo. Any question? So, no need to pass yung mga resulta, just the code. You just need to pass the code with this using IPYNB. So again, read the instruction carefully para masundan nyo. Any questions? Maliwanag na? I'm going to share these slides, these examples para sa guidance nyo for the laboratory for today and for the laboratory until next week. Wala nang question? Have you check in or time in dun sa attendance natin, attendance app natin? Okay lang na too far yung what do you call this, yung message kasi 1,000 meters lang, 1 kilometer lang yung nilagay ko na configuration. And since online tayo, so kailangan baguhin ka pa rin. Okay, so kung wala na, I'm going to close this meeting and see you after Holy Week. Right? Thank you. Thank you. So, pupukpukin
Thank
ko
you,
kayo
sir.
ng mga code para siguradong season kayo pagka nag-thesis kayo. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.